we are in front of another wonderful obelisk, and I'm here with
Sydney McKenna.
Okay, and Sydney, what was your inspiration for your obelisk?
I started just thinking about how much I love Florida and St. Augustine, and so it sort of naturally morphed into democracy and patriotism, and then I have symbols of freedom and compassion with doves and heart-shaped leaves and things like that. I've got some scenes around the town, sort of my idea of some of the things that make our city so special.
All right. And your medium was what, acrylic paint?
Yes.
Or okay. Yes, I've seen some others, also acrylic. Some people are using tiles. There are all sorts of. This is going to be so incredible.
I know. I'm excited about being able to see them all in one place. Will be really neat. Yeah.
All right. I thank you. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is FirstCoast.tv, and here we're with the Obelisk project. Some more artists working on their obelisk, and I'm with
Roxanne Horvath
and
Peter Rumpel.
Okay. So my question for both of you is, we'll start with you. What was the inspiration for your obelisk? Go ahead.
Our task was to interpret the four concepts, compassion, human rights, freedom, and democracy. And we decided that those were the gold standard. So that's the name of this obelisk. It's called Gold Standard because it highlights the four components that make a healthy, vibrant, powerful society. If you follow those four concepts, I think. And also it has to do with the four countries that founded St. Augustine. And what we did here is we showed in abstract the four flags. It would be the Spanish, the French, and the English, and the United States. And
Interesting.
It's seen through a veil of gold. Those countries were seeking gold when they came to the United States, and other riches, of course. And so that was the top end of it. And then, Peter, do you want to speak about the bottom end? The lower end of the obelisk.
Tell us a little bit about the bottom end and about the technique, the medium.
Well, also, we were asked to add an additional element, which was basically to incorporate the massacre that occurred at Matanzas Inlet with the Huguenots and the Spanish. And the bottom area is an abstraction of what happened. Basically, the Spanish killed,
Hundreds.
not quite sure,
Hundreds.
hundreds of Huguenots at that time at the inlet.
Huguenots were French Protestants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And they, certainly shed blood, which the background of the crosses is blood red to represent that, and then the crosses are for each honoring each dead. And it happened on the marsh and the dunes, and so we represented the marsh grasses abstractly with steel, and then the white base as dune. And then we topped it. You want to talk about the top?
And the top portion here is a picture of our city bird, which is the roseate spoonbill.
So it's kind of a birthday nod to St. Augustine, showing the birthday or the city bird.
All right.
So there's a lot going on in this obelisk. I mean, you would never be able to figure it out just looking at this.
Right.
Just wanted to say what a fantastic opportunity this was, and I think it's one of our signature 450th projects. I'm so happy to be involved in it.
All right. Well, I thank you both. This is Jorge Rivera with FirstCoast.tv. We're here with another interesting obelisk, and we're here with
Leslie Robison.
Okay, and Leslie, my question, as all the artists I've met so far, is what is your inspiration for your obelisk?
Well, I'm really interested in you know, thinking about the people behind symbols like monuments, and I've called this History is in Your Hands. And the idea is that the people are what are important in history, and individuals. So in getting at the ideas of human rights, freedom, compassion, etc., I wanted to think about, you know, individual acts that create history, not the official histories that we learn in school books. So I made a little about 13-inch tall copy of the
Yeah, I saw that in your photos. Most people
Yeah.
are holding them, yes.
Yeah, and I invited people. I was inspired by when people go on vacation and like they'll hold the Eiffel Tower in their hand from that forced perspective.
Yes, yes.
So I was thinking, you know, along the lines of something that I thought would be funny, but I think in fact I've come up with something that's a little more serious. And so I've given people this moment when I asked them to pose with the obelisk, and I visited a whole bunch of different groups of people in different communities within our community. I'm giving them a chance to kind of have a confrontation with history and with how we are actually making history all the time. And then I'm hoping when I get this finished that then people will be able to come and look at this, and they'll be confronted with the people, and that's like a new confrontation. And I don't mean confrontation in like a bad combative sense. I mean it more in just something that will maybe create thought in people about their relationship to the city and its history and the future.
Right, like a dialogue and how to find solutions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great, great. All right, well, I want to thank you, Leslie. I know you still have a lot of work to do. All the obelisks are in different stages of construction, as I call it. So thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.